Check one, check two.
Cheeseburger bombs. You like it.
It's too hot here. All right, folks, thank you for joining us here on YouTube and Twitter. I am Robert Lee, and with the 14U MacNSeitz Black Team, coaches meeting is transpiring as we begin our broadcast right here. Today, first round of bracket play, number 4 versus number 5. MacNSeitz earning the 5 seed out of pool play rather, and coming up against the PPA Prime, earning the number 4 seed. So a really solid team. Got just a small bit of familiarity with them, and my son used to play baseball in the same academy with one of their players, and so a good group for sure. MacNSeitz coming up with a win yesterday, so splitting games in pool play, going 1-1. PPA Prime doing the same. And so right now we are at the Capital Federal Sports Complex of Liberty, playing over on Memorial Field. So beautiful complex, we got turf, and I tell you what, there couldn't be a better day for baseball right now. Sun is high in the sky, just a smattering of clouds, but beautiful, and just a slight breeze to kind of keep it cool when you're sitting in the shade. A little bit warm out there in the sun, and in particular on that turf. But we're all set to play. PPA Prime has the higher seed, so they will have the home advantage today. And looks like we've jumped up to our lineup a little bit today, but let's take a quick look at what that is. So starting lineup, and we do have one in reserve, but starting for MacNSeitz is McCowan, followed by Gellender. Colquitt hitting in that 4-hole is Lee, followed by Woods, Crowther, Dixon, Simons, Kilman, Spear, and then Wingrove rounding out the lineup. So that is what you will see as we will begin here shortly. Looks like PPA Prime is poised over here on the right side, getting ready to take the field. They do have a nice lineup here for us today, so fantastic. It's all printed out, and I don't have to try to figure out some folks' handwriting. So sometimes that can be a challenge. But starting and I apologize, but Block is also in reserve for our MacNSeitz team. So did a great job combining pitching efforts yesterday was Block, and then followed by Gellender. And so those two combined for a win and a 6-2 victory. I tell you what, it was a good game. We finally got some bats kind of going, limited some of those errors that we'd seen, and so of course coming away with that W. But now on to the PPA Prime. Their roster and in order is Ian Jackson, Wes Bradley, Wyatt Defibaugh, Jacob, and I apologize. I know Jacob and his family's been good. as well, but he's got one heck of a last name, and I always mess it up. But it's Lieberknecht, and he goes by the nickname Country. Camden skipper Gage Teeter, Liam Potter, Max Cranmer, Avery Jackson, Max Probasco, and Jacob White. So as you can see, they are taking the field. Get that emblem off your screen. And what a beautiful day. This umpiring crew we had on Friday night, and really they did a fantastic job. The umpiring crew we had yesterday, I thought really did well as well. And certainly you're not going to agree with every single ball and strike, and that's just part of the baseball game, but definitely knowledgeable, controlling the field, and very decisive in their calls. And that's one of the things that I always look for in a good officiating crew. They will confer with one another if there's any type of question, and then make a decision and keep the game moving. So good to see them out here again, as well as obviously we cannot play without a good officiating crew. Trying to see who that starting pitcher is up there for Prime. Got to think that, you know, they're looking, I imagine, at our MacNSeitz overall record for MNS Black, and not that they're overlooking us, but certainly they're hopeful to make a deeper bid into the championship tournament here, and so I imagine they're not going to be throwing their best guy. MacNSeitz will start with Crowther out on the hill. I had actually brought up Crowther yesterday. He's a good lefty, and so that will give PPA Prime a little bit of a different look, and so it'll be good to see how that works out. This is number 26 up on the hill. That is Wes Bradley for the PPA Prime. So warm-ups all set, and the game will commence. Time to play ball.
Hey boys, hey, everyone,
So up first for MacNSeitz, McCown. And he takes that pitch up high for ball number one. Swing miss there. May have pulled his head just slightly. Another one up high, and so that's something that we've seen, especially if maybe looks like Bradley, maybe he didn't pitch in pool play. This mound a little bit bigger than some of the mounds that we've seen previously. This is a high school regulation style mound, so a 10-inch rise, 9-foot diameter, really nice. And this is really what all 14U teams should be playing on. But what I have seen is that some pitchers tend to struggle early, coming in a bit high, and so that's what Bradley had done. But he battles back here, and now a 3-2 count. Swing and a miss, and that McCown goes down on a strikeout. But that is going to bring up number 5, Mason Gellender, to the plate. So Mason not able to join us on Friday, but did join us yesterday. Came in a tight pinch. Had runners. I can't remember if it was runners on the corners or if it was a bases loaded situation. But he came in and got the 2 outs that we needed. Only 1 down. So coming in relief pitching wise, and came up with a big inning there, and then closed things out the remainder of the way. So a really fantastic game for Gellender coming in. So being patient, and once again Bradley here high, and so you got to imagine he's going to make an adjustment. He is working from the windup. And 4 pitches, 4 balls. That is Gellender over there on first, and now stepping up to the plate is Colston Colquitt. Tall, cool drink of water here, number 2.
Hey, eyes on your runners, boys.
And patiently waits as he takes the ball outside on that first pitch. Modest lead over at first. Chasing one high. Ill advised, but swing and a miss for a 1-1 count now. So no big action out there at first just yet. typically what you'll see in baseball is your leadoff batter, and coach for Prime calls a quick timeout. I think he wants to go out and just help the pitcher make that adjustment. But oftentimes what you'll see is early in the lineup, number 1 and 2 hitters typically have good speed, and so that's a guy if you get on can kind of make a difference by getting out of number one that double play type of position, and then also moving over and getting into a scoring position. So it'll be interesting to see if McCown is going to make any attempt right now, stretching that lead out just a bit. But PPA Prime coach just still talking with the pitcher, and I like it when the entire team kind of comes in. They give him some encouragement and pats, and everybody returns to position, and play will be set, ready to resume.
I'm sorry, it's Bill that said Alex.
Once again, that's Colquitt at the plate. 2-1 count. Bradley missing outside. And so this is one of the things I was talking about with my son Tucker last night and even yet this morning, was hopefully, with any luck, maybe PPA Prime taking us a little bit lightly, and maybe we can have some luck here early in the first, get on the board and get a quick lead. That brings up number 27, Tucker Lee, as Colquitt does own a walk. So that puts runners in second and first. So that ball missing in, and Bradley's starting to get a little bit closer to the zone here. And as I say that, he comes back with one high in that same spot he's hit a number of times here early in the first. So nobody down, good lead out at second, modest at first. Swing and a miss. He gets him with a swing and a miss on a curveball right there. So 2-1 count. Tuck had a beautiful hit, deep right field yesterday. Pickoff attempt. That one gets by the first baseman, and runners are able to advance. So that threat of the double play no longer the case. And a bit of luck there for MacNSeitz. But Tuck been seeing the ball really well. I was looking at the game changer stats here last night. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the whole team, but Tuck hitting 800 on the tournament. Swing and miss there. So almost the same exact pitch. He's out early. Need to sit on that just a bit. Got to think Bradley probably going to go back to maybe that same pitch. Oh, swing and miss. That one up high. And that'll be 2 down for MacNSeitz. So that brings up number 22, Hudson Woods. Ball right up the middle. That will be an RBI single. Looking for 2. Oh, and they got Woods in a pickle right now. Back over to first, and the tag is on. So MacNSeitz comes up with 2 runs on a hit right up the middle by Hudson Woods. But then Woods gets caught in a pickle for out number 3. Not the end result that you would like, but man, a good piece of hitting by Woods, and that puts MacNSeitz up here early. Exactly what I think we were hoping for. Any little bit of small advantage that you might have if a team is overlooking you, maybe not throwing a pitcher that they would typically throw in their first round. Yeah, hard to say because I've not seen Prime play this year. Did get to see have an opportunity to see a portion of some of their games last year, and at any rate, Our boys will take the field right now. And a good lefty up here. That is Paxton Crowther. All right, so we do have some folks. I do want to take a moment here in between innings. We've got some folks watching in a number of locations. But I did want to give a quick shout out to Hudson's granddad. So he had the opportunity to catch that 2 RBI single by Hudson, and that is Larry Wood. So he's watching from McDonough, Georgia. And thank you for joining us, Larry. Make sure you give us a like and maybe drop a comment to Hudson on YouTube after the game's over. It's pretty awesome to be able to do that. And that's actually why I started doing this. My son, Tucker Lee, now playing for the MacNSeitz Black team. I've been doing this here for about 2 years now. And we've got a number of extended family that is not able to join us, obviously, at all these games. And so they're able to join us from a variety of locations, Oklahoma, Kansas, and whatnot. But we've had folks watching us from the northeast part of the country. I mean, just literally everywhere. So fantastic to have you join us here, Larry. And looks like Crowther is all set and ready to go. That'll take us to the bottom of the first. So leading off for PPA Prime, Ian Jackson, that's number 3. He's their second baseman, starting at second base at least. So interesting to note, Prime, a good hitting team, electing to bat 11. You will see a lot of teams that will choose to only bat 9. Shows bunt here early, but pulls back, and that'll be ball 1. So Prime up and down their lineup tend to be a pretty good hitting team, choosing to bat 11, and so they must have a real good confidence there. Talked about Crowther yesterday during our game. I think the sole lefty pitcher for the MacNSeitz crew, but he's not pitched here live in a game. I think here for a number of weeks. I want to take just a little bit of time, kind of rest a shoulder or arm situation. But 3 pitches, 3 balls right here, and so still looking to kind of dial that in. Jackson continuing to show bunt, and that is Parker Simons over there at third base charging, being prepared for that bunt. Showing bunt once again here. And a strike call. So got to think he was probably on the take until he got a strike. Showing bunt, that will sometimes throw pitchers off a little bit, as you're not often seeing a guy completely square around in front of you. And so that can give you a little bit of a mental block as a pitcher. So biggest thing to do is just get it right across the middle. A little bit of wild pitch there. That's going to be ball 4, pass ball, and Jackson. Gosh, I think I've been calling him Bradley, have I not? Oh my goodness. That's Ian Jackson earning the walk over there for Prime. It is now Wes Bradley that is up at the plate. So my apologies to any of the Prime fans that have been able to join us.
You're fine.
Obviously, just getting the roster here moments before the game. I don't have a lot of time to prepare.
There you go, bud.
And Crowther starts with the first pitch strike there. Working behind the dish for MacNSeitz. Spear. We're looking at a potential back pick situation. Elected not to throw the ball. Nice rip there. That one's going to be good for a single in between first and second. Oh, no. And a throw from right field. And they're able to get him out. So he was unable to leg that out. A little bit shallow was the right fielder, collecting that ball rather quickly and making a quick throw over to first. But the runner is able to advance in that situation. So 1 down, and now runner in scoring position. That brings up Wyatt DeFibaugh.
Yeah.
Nice, bud.
Go strike, buddy.
So last 2 batters, Crowther starting with the first pitch strike. And Prime being patient, not swinging away early.
Yeah. Close.
Missing outside on that one.
I'll stop that.
Shortstop working back and forth in between or behind the base runner, trying to keep him honest and from a really big lead. Fly ball, this one, center field. It is over the center fielder's heads, folks. That's rolling to the fence. Runner comes around third. Good relay throw comes in. And so that's a RBI double. And PPA Prime now on the board.
No worries, 2-1.
So good struck by Defy Ball. I thought center field did a good job trying to track that one down, covering a ton of ground. And that brings up Jacob Country Lieberknecht. And so last three batters, Crowther continuing to find that first pitch strike. So that was a fastball coming in 66 miles an hour. So not really high on the velocity spectrum, but good pop to it.
There you go.
And gets Jacob swinging at a bad one down in the dirt. Now an 0-2 count.
Pitch. I mean, they're not going to hit that anyway.
So it looked like Crowther looking for a curveball right there, coming out of the hand just a little bit wonky, and that one comes in high. So no break on that. Be curious to see if he ends up going right back to it.
There you go. That was perfect.
Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number one. And Crowther taking care of their cleanup hitter. That is going to be number 11, Camden Skipper. So it looks like he's starting out at third base for PPA Prime and currently batting in that 5-hole.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh, and missing a close one right there. Skipper fouls that one off to the right side. And Crowther with a kind of a, I don't want to say slow, but a more methodical approach. You'll see some pitchers climb back up on the mound and really try to get into a quicker, faster rhythm. Crowther a little bit more methodical on his approach. Oh, beautiful curveball. You know, and I was talking with some of the coaches on some of the other teams here that were playing in the earlier games, and you know, when you got a good lefty up there with a curveball, a lot of times, you know, we're just now getting to that age bracket where we're starting to see really good curves and sliders, and for a righty hitter, they're not used to seeing a ball that curves into them, and so that's definitely a different experience, especially if it's looking outside and then comes back across that outside corner, or jamming you up on the inside. But a 2-2 count now to Skipper.
There you go.
High fly ball. This one is deep. Center fielder is calling for it. And he reels that in for out number 3. So a good start for MacNSeitz. PPA Prime able to put one up on the board, but MacNSeitz still enjoying a 1-run lead. Guys, looking confident, good energy. Everybody hustling in and out. Prime taking the field now as we all transition over to top of the second. I'm going to take here just a short audio break. I'll leave you guys with a little bit of our zippity doo-dah. So Prime continues to warm up, and our boys out there with Coach Baker meeting just outside of the dugout there briefly, right before going into hit. Looks like we'll be leading off with Paxton Crowther, followed by Isaac Dixon. Crowther got to be feeling pretty good after that first inning. Always good to get some of the butterflies out and just kind of get the body and the system working really well. Got to say, Prime continuing to look relaxed. Good competitive team. They've been in a number of close matchups. They had a really close matchup here in pool play. I believe winning 2-1 against the Prodigy Shockers. Crowther immediately swinging away here on the first one. Starts down 0-1. Fouls that one back. I talk about that pretty often. That's when you foul it straight back like that, you know your timing is right on. So bat path coming right across the plate, meeting the ball right in the middle, and just getting that barrel underneath the ball. So 2-2 count.
Filled up my card.
I did fail to mention that is Wes Bradley continuing to work up there on the hill for PPA Prime. He bounces that one down in the turf, and Crowther now on a full count. Like to see the energy of the dugout out here from MacNSeitz. Continuing to be loose, talking, cheering the guy on, and Crowther with a leadoff walk. So 2 innings in a row, leadoff batter making their way on base. That is going to be number 79, Isaac Dixon, up at the plate. MacNSeitz will provide a courtesy runner for Crowther. So in USSSA rules, in order to speed up games, you can provide courtesy runners for both the catcher and the pitcher. Give them an opportunity to rest, and then in particular for the catchers, it speeds up the game. Nice piece of hitting right there, and no luck for Dixon. Really put a great stroke on it, and it just went right to where the third baseman was standing. So good to see him put the bat on the ball, and just no luck right there. But fortunately, over there at first base, he's able to get back. Runner goes, and no throw down. So he'll make his way up to second base, uncontested. Now at the plate, number 27, Parker Simons. You guys may hear that out there on the field when the entire dugout screaming back. That lets you know that the whole team is paying attention and watching the game. Got to feel like a lot of the middle school teachers feel like that as well, just rapt attention during their classes.
Good shot. Legs up.
Simons fouls that one out of play. Now 2-1 count. Most of these young men moving on to high school. I would imagine there's probably a number of these kids that are actually played in high school this year. So depending on birth dates and whatnot, where that date cutoff is for 14U, there are likely a number of 15-year-olds in play. But I know in particular on our team, I think we've got 2 to 3 13-year-olds. So Wes Bradley continuing to work that base runner, and a good lead out there at second base.
That's a good lead.
Shortstop continuing to work back and forth, and I'll be really interested to see as they continue to do that. Sometimes you'll see that set play where the shortstop will duck in behind the runner and then duck back out. Runner, oh, and a strike call there. Simons really felt like that one was out, but I tell you what, nobody better to call these balls and strikes than the guy standing right behind the plate. Ball steals on that walk. So that'll put runners on the corners now, and MacNSeitz aggressive on the base paths. Just one down. Be curious to see if we see any small ball come into play here. That's going to be number 4, Alex Kilman, coming up to the plate. So good RBI opportunity. All you got to do is just put that ball into play. In particular, if you can go to the right side a little bit better, but just getting the bat on the ball. And a balk is called. Runners will advance, and that brings one home for MacNSeitz. So Wes Bradley not coming all the way set. That's the most common balk call I've seen for pitchers at this level, is that they're trying to get in rhythm, trying to set the base runners off, and varying up their set time. So still with an RBI opportunity for Kilman. Runner on second base, that's Crowther. Curveball, he pops this one up, and looks like it will be in foul territory, but third baseman was able to collect it for out number 2.
All right, buddy, way to swing the bat.
So did a good job sitting on that one. Got just a bit underneath it. And that now brings up number 3, Bryson Spear, to the plate. So still a close matchup. MacNSeitz with the opportunity to put one on the board, gain maybe just a touch more breathing room. Ooh, and a pickoff over there at second base. Crowther is picked off, and that will do it for us here in top of the second. Nice spinning pick move. And Spear will have to, he'll get a fresh start in the next half inning when he comes back up to bat once again, because he was not able to finish right there. Looks like PPA Prime meeting outside that dugout. Can see, an energetic coach talking to his team and looking to get some bats kind of going. So much strategy, and so this is what I was talking about with Tuck earlier this morning, is like, if they make a mistake and kind of, look past MacNSeitz towards those later rounds, you start with an arm that, can sometimes get you a good couple of innings. Maybe we can jump out to an early lead, and with any luck defensively behind Crowther, can we hold PPA Prime and then hold on for that? I imagine if PPA Prime gets a little bit deeper into the game, knowing that bracket play is a win to stay type of situation, we may see, maybe a better arm coming up there. But Wes Bradley not done a bad job so far. Only 3 runs. Crowther giving up 1. And the sun is high in the sky, continuing to travel over. I'm under some nice shade here, provided by the Capital Federal Sports Complex. Beautiful facility if you guys not been out here. Concrete leading all the way up to a nice concession stand and facility. 4 diamonds on either side of the park, so 8 diamonds in total. And turf infields here for these older diamonds. We have grass outfields, which is actually very nice. And then across the way, where you have some of the younger age brackets, it's actually turf all the way around. Crowther working from the windup.
Nice pitch.
Big swing and a miss. That is number 35, Gage Teeter, for PPA up at the plate. So Teeter, probably one of the biggest kids I've seen so far. Crowther nods and continues to work from that windup. Peter fouling that one off, and now Crowther up in the count once again, 1-2. Here comes a little bit of that wind, and gotta say, it feels good to me. Gotta imagine those infielders are appreciating it. Anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees warmer out there on the turf, as that turf just tends to soak up the heat, and then just typically you can start to see the heat waves coming off of that turf. I don't see any of that yet today. And Crowther missing down the dirt on that one. So Teeter will have a full count. Swing and miss. Crowther with strikeout number 2 on the day. And that will bring up number 1, Liam Potter. He's their starting catcher. Such a hard job working behind the dish there. Handling the pitching staff, and everybody just really relying on you so heavily. It seems like such a simple thing, like, oh, hey, all you got to do is down block. And but man, you have to move laterally left and right. You're up and down all game long. All those throws back to pitch need to be on point. If not, it's so easy to be critical of an athlete. You get just one mental mistake and things like that, and everybody's hopping on you with criticism left and right. But one of the toughest positions in baseball, no doubt. So Crowther with a good fastball there, and believe that one was 67 miles an hour. So nice to have a good lefty working from the mound. A little chopper, this one back to second base. And that is out number 1, or out number 2 rather, I apologize. So Crowther starting with a strikeout on that first batter against Teeter, and a little chopper here for out number 2. Got to say, these boys are looking lively. They're looking good. That's going to bring up 00 Max Cranmer. He's their starting left fielder. A little smaller in stature, and just a narrow miss right there by Crowther. But smaller in stature is Cranmer, so going to be a little bit of a smaller strike zone. But size oftentimes doesn't have anything to do with overall athleticism. I can tell you from my general knowledge of the PPA Prime team that everyone on this team is a good athlete. Crowther 2-0. So he misses up high there.
All the way back, all the way back.
And Prime has been patient up at the plate early in the counts. Oftentimes finding some better pitches to go after and hit.
There we go.
Crowther is fantastic. Comes back right down the pipe. Cranmer tried to duck underneath the strike on that one, but that is something that doesn't work at this age bracket anyway. Pops this one up. This is left side. Oh man, and a narrow miss. Center fielder and shortstop going after that. Typically the bigger number, meaning that the center fielder should have right away. Should be calling off that shortstop. But boys not really communicating. We get away with one there. Come up with out number 3, and that will take us to top of the 3rd. apologize. Got my mic, my boom mic down there a little bit. So looks like PPA Prime changing pitchers. Now up on the hill is number 35. This is Gage Teeter. So big boy for sure, and I can tell you that comfortably because I tend to be on that side of the stature myself. But a little bit of an unorthodox throwing delivery, kind of a 3/4 arm slot. It didn't look to be too high on the velocity spectrum either. Leading off for MacNSeitz this inning is number 3, Bryson Spear. So holding his hand up, looking to get set in the box. And Teeter will work from the windup. Swing and miss. Spear chasing that one just a bit high.
Looking out that left field, it's hard to hit.
And 2 pitches, same spot. Spear wisely laying off that last one. Ooh, strike call there. 1-2 count now to Spear. Ooh. So close one, missing outside. 2-2 count.
Anything close.
And swing and miss. Spear will go down on a strikeout. That's going to bring up number 10, Sebastian Seabass Wingrove. So starting to slowly learn these boys. My first opportunity to call games for MacNSeitz. And a wild pitch takes Seabass. But just still getting to know these boys, some of the positions they're playing, and then of course in this particular instance learning some of their nicknames. Little chin music there, and dugout saying, hey, you need to wear that, but I don't think you can wear it off your head, boys. Not sure about that at all. And another one in. This one somewhat buzzing the tower. And Wingrove, patient, waiting for that first strike. Finally gets one there. That one right down the pipe. Now 3-1 count. So definitely a hitter's pitch right here. And that one missing again. Wingrove makes his way on base. We are now back to top of the lineup. That's McCallum at the plate. Wingrove over at first. And boys having some fun over there in the dugout. Ball high. No real activity over there at first. I think I need to make some image adjustments here. Looks like my picture might be a little bit washed out. Oh, pass ball, another wild pitch by Teeter. So that'll be ball number 2, and the runner is able to advance uncontested. So with a nice walk over there to second base, you got to feel like he's going to be ready if we can get a ball put in play here.
No, I'm terrible at it, actually.
Ooh, another wild pitch, and runner quickly makes his way around the bases.
I did my son's basketball game, so I got it.
So interesting, I thought that Prime might once they maybe had made a change pitching wise, but I'll tell you what, they are always a competitive team, so their strategy a little bit unclear to me here. Thought maybe being down on a close matchup, they might bring in a pitcher with maybe a little bit more command, and maybe Teeter has it. He's just not quite found it just yet, and that walk draws a mound visit. So the situation is runners on the corners, just one down. We are top of the third in our first round of bracket play. This is the KC Sports Crown Town Challenge. Some really good teams, PPA Prime being one of those. Prodigy Shockers falling earlier to the KC Roosters, so they are out in the first round. Roosters moving on to the second round.
Oh, the pitcher. Okay, so I've got really good ones.
And we're well underway here with MacNSeitz and PPA Prime. Now the home plate umpire going up there and breaking up the little party, trying to move things along. So no pitching adjustment. They will stick with Teeter and runners on the corners, maybe discussing how they want to handle these the base running situation. Trying to settle Teeter down.
If there's one that you're like, oh, I'd like to blow that up, just let me know and
Get down.
I'll give you the big file to wherever you're at.
All right, so as I expected, PPA Prime trying some shenanigans there. Runner does go to second base, and then on that steal, the throw goes down to the second baseman coming across and trying to catch that runner over at third base sleeping there. Coach Baker doing a great job working with the runner on third. Wise to some of those style of plays and tells that runner, get on the bag. So Teeter still struggling quite a little bit with his control. A couple of walks on the inning so far. Number 5, Mason Gellender at the plate right now. Swing and miss. That bat, really, the bat path just kind of more on the narrow side. So from a vertical standpoint, you tend to want it to be not quite as narrow, a little bit more better plane on the swing. But nonetheless, Gellender on a full count. So again, just one down, 2 runners in scoring position. Got to figure putting that ball in play has the likelihood of getting us a run. And a pass ball. There will be a play here at the plate. He comes across no problem. So that'll now make our matchup 4-1. Runners on the corners, just one down. And mound visit number 2. Coaching staff for Prime has seen enough. They are going to make a change.
Coy about it, like literally, I'm like, you can get to it, you can do it. You know.
So by rule, 2 mound visits requires a pitching change, and as I expected, they do bring up Jacob Lieberknecht. Jacob definitely higher on the velocity spectrum. Be interested to see where the pocket radar will bring in our velocity pitching speeds, but I think it tends to be closer to that 80 perspective. So we'll see. Jacob's one of those pitchers that does like to work in rhythm, so I'd like to see our MacNSeitz batters challenge that a little bit by calling timeout, stepping out of the box periodically, and trying to get Jacob out of a rhythm. He is very much a rhythm pitcher. And so I hope that Tucker's able to share that with the MacNSeitz batters, because being a rhythm pitcher, you need to step out and kind of throw them off. Jacob finding the zone a lot, and really good action on his slider and curveball. He's also one of the older kids. from, if my memory, my recollection serves me right. So yeah, the boys, I can hear them talking about it. They're saying, yeah, he's only at 67 right now. Jacob's not throwing a real fastball yet. So he should sit at, I believe, at mid-70s. Working on and topping out towards the upper 70s into 80. So I'm excited. I got to tell you, MacNSeitz doing a great job here early, 4-1. Good opportunity. We've got scoring opportunities left. There will be runners on the corners, just one down. And this is why we play. Get these guys into these positions. At bat for us is going to be number 2, Colston Colquitt. So Jacob all warmed up for Prime. Colquitt now in the box.
You don't have to do it. You can just sit there and enjoy it.
Runner goes and makes his way down like a walk in the park. Runners now on second and third. Colquitt on a 1-0 count. Swing and miss right there. So interesting, Jacob working off of more of like a slide step right now. Of course, working from the stretch. And right down the pipe. Colquitt fouls that one, just slight foul tip. And now 1-2 count. Fly ball. This one is deep, folks. It is deep. It gets back to the fence. We got one run across the plate. We got now 2. Colquitt is working towards third base. And there's another run. That's going to be an in-the-park home run. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. I tell you what, that is a fantastic shot. I'm going to have to end up adjusting his clip because I hit the clip a little too late, but that one ran deep, and I don't know what exactly happened out there in deep left field, but it took him quite a while to get back to the ball, and then the relay throw was certainly off the mark. Colquitt making a fantastic run around. Now at the plate, number 27, Tucker Lee. Base paths cleared.
I'm kidding, baby. Oh, yeah, good job.
And a hit by pitch. That one getting Tucker Lee in the toe, and I can tell he didn't enjoy that, man. He's going to need to walk that one off a bit.
Basketball is my actual favorite sport. It is. I played it all through college, so I'm like, basketball is my jam. It is as well, but.
So he wears a foot guard on his front, on his lead foot, and unfortunately, I think it hit his back foot.
It's not his. He played on the team in the 8th grade.
He's walking it off over there on the right side, and umpire staff giving him a little bit of time. So he's a little bit gimpy, but a big clap and signaling to the team he's ready to go. That brings up number 22, Hudson Woods, to the plate.
Straight up.
So Jacob challenges early. Hudson right on it there, but just narrowly missing that pitch. That ball coming in high. 70 miles an hour on the fastball.
Drive it up the middle, Hudson. Let's go.
So Hudson coming up big for us in that first inning. With a 2 RBI single, another pass ball, and Tucker Lee right on top of that situation makes his way over to second base. So now 2-1 count to Woods. And Ketch doing a good job moving laterally, preventing another pass ball. Now 3-1 count. Oh, deep fly ball. That's right side. That is deep, deep. And that is a home run. 2-run shot. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you enough. MacNSeitz is rolling today, folks. Wow. Where is this coming from? Oh man. There is some excitement there, and that is now going to make it 9-1 in favor of MacNSeitz. So a great shot, just right of straight center field goes Woods. And that now brings up Paxton Crowther. So as a pitcher, having a little bit of breathing room, knowing that you're up, certainly changes your mindset and makes it a little bit easier to challenge on certain counts and stuff like that. But Crowther with a swing and a miss there. Now 1-1 count. Ball in play. This one over to second base. And that is going to be just out number 2. So MacNSeitz with an opportunity to continue working at the plate. Now number 79, Isaac Dixon at the plate.
Here we go, Isaac.
What an exciting inning. So an in-the-park home run with an issue on the relay throw, and then Hudson Woods going deep for the second home run of the afternoon. Heck, it's not even afternoon, folks. It's still early morning. And so 2 pitches, 2 strikes to Dixon. And what a fun inning. Missing inside, and the dugout giving him a hard time. You need to wear that for the team, bud. All right. Dixon battling right there, fouling that one out of play.
There's a speed radar gun right there. Stand and watch it if you don't want to go into it. And then it's on his screen right there to the right, the little iPad has it pop up.
And Jacob missing outside. That fastball coming in 75 miles an hour, so that's a little more along that velocity spectrum. So he's starting to speed up as he goes. He's getting a little bit more comfortable. Working on the windup. Little chopper, man. He's got an opportunity here. Oh, and does not leg it out. Gamely making his way down, and that'll do it for us in top of the third. But MacNSeitz with a huge inning right there, scoring 6 on an in-the-park home run and an out-of-the-park home run. What an exciting inning, folks. I tell you what. Well, short audio break here as try to bring the heart rate down, and we'll join you here momentarily.
What's your last name?
That's it. Well, no.
35 on the speed. I'm like,
Going into his third.
I had 2 home runs.
I thought we were way deeper into the game.
The first one, I told
Cam, we are leaving in 28 minutes.
it's just fun.
No, it's just fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is it warm? Oh, did you get it nice and hot?
You like how it feels?
I don't know if getting the basketball really hot is going to help you. I like to play this, I love to watch. I don't like to play it.
folks. Here we go, bottom of the third, and still a lot of baseball here yet to go. That's going to be number 20, Avery Jackson, up for PPA Prime. MacNSeitz continues with Crowther out there on the hill. And he's able to work with a little bit more breathing room right now, but MacNSeitz not wanting to get ahead of themselves and really looking to just close things out here. So continuing to need to focus defensively as Jackson steps in. And Crowther continuing to pitch well. That's got to be about his fifth, I think, first pitch strike. So just from a probability and statistics standpoint, a huge advantage to the pitcher when you start out with a first pitch strike. Talk about that pretty often. Something I don't talk about maybe as much, and that is the percentage of strikes versus total pitches. And where do you need to be? Where do you need to be successful?
Nice
for
pitch.
that? And Jackson with a swing and a miss.
Hey,
So
Commit
somewhere
to the
around
pitch.
that 70%
Got it, bud?
is really kind of where you need to have a lot of success. Being able to throw strikes when you need them. That first pitch so pivotal. And he misses with
Hey,
a
good
curveball
spot.
up high.
Good spot.
That one kind of hangs. Did not get Jackson to chase it. Now 2-2 count.
nice pitch. Heads up.
Jackson battles right there, fouling one back, and now he has another opportunity for his next pitch.
Drop 2-1.
So we have a full count. Crowther working from that windup. A little dribbler, this one back to pitch. And Crowther has it. Kind of makes a little bit of a dangerous throw right there. I thought he could have just reached out and tagged Jackson, but nonetheless, one batter, one out.
Way to get off that
And that's going to
mound.
bring up number 22, Probasco. So Probasco, at least in the starting lineup, is just listed here as an extra hitter. So didn't start out in the field. I'm sure there's switching guys back and forth. Crowther starting with pitch inside right there as Probasco jumps back and out of the way. Hard foul ball.
Nice job, Paxton.
Every time when they do that, I feel like it's gonna go down in the head. I really want to go into the
So umpire calls 1-1 count. Just in play right over to short. And that's going to be good for out number 2.
Good job, Isaac. Good job, Alex.
Hey, way to sit down on it, 7-9.
Good job,
So that was
Pax.
Isaac Dixon over there at shortstop. Making a routine play. Look, just that, routine. That'll bring up number 5, Jacob White. Showing bunt here early. Runners crashing.
Nice.
And
Hey,
strike
that's
call.
a good spot.
So he draws that bat back, but right down the pipe, 67 miles an hour. Corner's doing a good job. Crashing as soon as they saw that bunt. Aware of the game, aware of the situation.
Nice spot.
This one back to shortstop once again, and Dixon.
Yeah.
And MacNSeitz goes 1, 2, 3. Not
Nice
too
job.
bad, guys. Pretty exciting to see these boys playing some good baseball. that will take us to top of the fourth. And a little bit slow going here with a long third inning in that top half where MacNSeitz put 6 on the board. So MacNSeitz scoring in all 3 innings with 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and then 6 in the third. PPA Prime getting on the board early with 1 run in the first, but have not scored since. And Prime sticking with Jacob Lieberknecht out there on the hill. And certainly looking to pick up some speed there. He's got a great arm. Plays a number of different positions for Prime. But I tell you what, our MacNSeitz boys primed and ready to go. And as soon as they brought Jacob in, they did not falter one tiny little bit. A lot of fun to see these boys compete. And it was a close matchup against the Roosters that opening night on Friday night. And, you know, we did fall in that game. I want to say it was by 3 runs, 8-5, something like that. But in that second game on Saturday night, we're able to come up with a good one there and a dub. And so now first round of the Crown Town Challenge. And we're looking like we're well in control here. Baseball can be fickle if you thumb your nose at those baseball gods.
Nice
So
cut.
far, I've seen no such activity from MacNSeitz. So, swing and a miss on first pitch there. That's number 27, Parker Simons. I apologize. Ooh, hard foul ball on the right side. That'll put him down in the count, though, 0-2. Good hack at the ball right there. Oh, and he actually hits the pitcher right there. Lieberknecht looks just fine, though. He's able to collect the ball and make a throw over to first base. That was a screamer right up the middle. Umpire jumping out there just to kind of check on him, and Country looking no worse for the wear.
Where'd it hit him?
I don't know if he got his glove up in time. It either hit him in the shoulder or hit him in the glove, but he was able to get it up. You're coming down in such an open position, you know, when you're finishing your pitch, and so dangerous. We saw that earlier in the year where a pitcher for the Royals actually was hit in the face, and I think the exit velocity on that particular one was like 105 miles an hour, something like that. Ended up with an orbital fracture, had 3 different fractures around the face, and he was able to walk off under his own power and all that, but definitely one of those scary things about baseball. So good to see that Jacob is doing well and continuing to pitch. Rio count now. This is number 4, Alex Kilman at the plate. So 4 pitches, 4 balls, and Kilman makes his way down to first base, just 1 down. That's going to bring up number 3, Bryson Spear. Tell you what, he's had a couple of good strokes on balls, nothing that has actually been able to get through anywhere, and so I'm forward to seeing him get the bat on the ball once again here and get something through. He's due.
All right, Bryson, here we go.
So boys all up on the fence, man. I tell you what, everybody's engaged.
Nice cut.
They're ready to go. Stand loose. And, you know, for me, we're just joining that MacNSeitz black team. We've been with MacNSeitz blue for the majority of the year. And I tell you what, I give serious hats off to everyone part of MacNSeitz black. They have not had the winningest record here early in the season, but they have learned to compete. The pass ball, and Kilman makes his way over to second. I tell you what, so while they've had a tough early season with a number of different losses, they have learned to feel the speed of the game at this AAA level. They've learned to compete, and they're doing just that here in the Crown Town Challenge. So a foul tip, but the catcher's able to collect that one without dropping it, and so spear goes down. That's going to be Wingrove, Sebastian Seabass Wingrove at the plate. Ball in. So after a 4-pitch walk to Kilman, Jacob Lieberknecht able to come back with a strikeout against Spear. Ball in play. This one over to second base. That will be out number 3 and do it for us in the top half of the 4th. So our first scoreless inning. Let's see how MacNSeitz can respond here defensively. As this game wears on, you got to think that the confidence for Prime is waning, but a great hitting team, and I think they've been through quite a bit together. They've collected each other for quite some time, so I imagine that they're going to be ready and poised for something good. It's 9-4? Oh, you're asking the run rule. So it is, I believe, 10 after 4, or is it 12? It might be 12 after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5. So a great question coming from the Peanut Gallery. Actually, that's my beautiful wife, Delaney Lee. She's not jumped on to provide any color commentary, and I just gotta tell you, I'm so sorely disappointed. But she asked what the run rule was, and so, looking at what that run rule capacity might be. So here we are entering into the 4th. It is 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, and so right now we have an 8-run advantage. But not looking to get too cheeky with it. PPA Prime, a dangerous hitting team. MacNSeitz able to stick with Paxton Crowther up there on the hill. He's done such a great job. I don't know where his pitch count is right now, but I feel like he's had pretty good pitch efficiency. Showing bunt. Runner's crashing. Our corner's crashing. Just missing inside. Ball 1. So I believe this is the top of their order. Ian Jackson up the plate. Ian, I do apologize. That first at-bat of yours, I kind of went back and forth between calling you Jackson and Bradley. But just getting that roster kind of a little bit late.
Out of the batter's box.
Continuing to square around.
All the way back, bud. All the way back.
And fan calling it out. As you saw Ian Jackson square around, his foot was outside the batter's box. Had he made contact, that's an automatic out. And strike call there. So now 3-1 count. It'll be interesting to see if Jackson sticks with that squared around bunt. Does not look like he will. Misses outside. And so just looking to get into the head of the pitcher with that square around bunt. I don't think he had any intention of bunting right there. He's looking for a walk and getting off base. Prime with some heavy lifting to do to get back into this one. That'll be number 26, Wes Bradley, now at the plate. Jackson takes his lead at first. Crowther from the stretch. Hard hit ball, left side. That is fair. That will be in fair territory. Left fielder is going to have to make a lot of room a lot of grass to cover that one out. Gets the ball in quickly. And so just a single, but that puts runners on the corners with nobody down. And now Coach Baker wanting to talk with Crowther about it for a moment. So if you'll remember here earlier in the broadcast, I'd said that Crowther had taken a number of weeks off from pitching and complaining about some arm soreness and just not feeling comfortable, maybe wanting to work on some things, privately and that kind of thing, but has done such a great job for us here, holding PPA Prime to just 1 run and a little more than 3 innings of work. Here we are, top of the 4th, or I'm
got it,
calling
2-1.
it bottom of the 4th.
Nothing hurt. You just got to keep working, bud.
Hey, keep filling it up. 2-1.
But nice to have a little bit of breathing room here. Could be a quick opportunity for a double play. MacNSeitz coming up with a couple of those. I think 3 yesterday, possibly 4.
They play deep
So it
outfield.
is a good possibility
there you
there.
go.
And Crowther starts with
Keep
a
it low,
nice
2-1.
strike there. 65 miles an hour.
Hey, good try, good
Oh,
try.
and that one missing down low. Runner did make his way over to second. Apologize, did not call that one out as it was happening. This ball high and inside. That is number 28, Wyatt, the 5 ball. If you recall, I think it was him in the first inning with that RBI.
Hey, welcome back to 1, boys.
So that lefty versus lefty contest going on right now.
Nice.
Oh, and
Right off. That's a good spot.
I think we're missing just a little bit low. That was really a pretty nice miss. And
Battle pack.
key for Defineball to lay off on that one.
Got it,
Now
2-1.
3-1 count. Hard hit ball, this one right up the middle. One will score. Throw comes in. And so an RBI single for the fly ball. Now it looks like Coach Baker has seen enough. He has called timeout, and per rules, we will have to change pitchers now. Crowther doing such a fantastic job for us here early, and may be disappointed to be coming out of the game right now, but I tell you what, he has done an excellent job. And we'll see who he's going to go with. Looks like it's going to be Isaac Dixon.
Great game, 2-1.
So I've not yet had the opportunity to see Dixon pitch. And it looks like there's going to be a number of defensive substitutions, so he's moving a number of guys around. So much strategy going into this tournament play. Having to play 3 games in a day to make it all the way to the championship. And so this is obviously first round. You make it to that next round, that's going to be the semifinals. And then that's going to happen at 4 o'clock here on oh my goodness, Memorial Field. I kind of had a brain lapse there for just a moment, but so the semifinal will come at Memorial Field at 4 o'clock. Now that's in the lower bracket, which has the number 1 seed, which was Inside Edge Barbie. Did not see how they fared in their first game here earlier. I have to double check while he is warming up. Let's take a look at this bracket, see if it's been updated. All right, yes indeed. So the KC Roosters over the Prodigy Shockers earlier. That was number 6 versus number 3. So number 3 falling, Roosters advancing, and then Competitive Edge versus the Mocan Regulators. Competitive Edge came up. So Inside Edge actually will play after this game. plate.
How are you? Good. Sorry, I said hi yesterday.
Looks like Dixon has had all his warm-up pitches. We've actually changed catchers and a number of other folks defensively.
You know, I just like show up.
PPA Prime in good position right here with nobody down.
Pretty good. Yeah. How about you guys?
And runners on the corner.
Yeah. How about? Well, Wednesdays when everything's over. Okay. Yeah.
And that brings up number 55, Jacob Lieberknecht, to the plate.
You guys have any big plans for the summer?
Nice.
Lieberknecht squaring around to bunt and just trying to get into I think a better pitch count. But that affected Dixon not any whatsoever. And now Lieberknecht working with an 0-1 count.
Relax. We do have a trip at the end of the summer.
Perfect.
Up to Canada.
Oh, missing there. Now 1-1 count. Runner from first did not go. He's got a sliding glove on, so gotta imagine. I'd love to see a pickoff move over here. Runner goes, uncontested. That pitch came in well high, 64 miles an hour.
What's the other one?
BANFF. So really hard word to say.
So after that first pitch, next three coming in high. So Dixon, like many of the others, probably having to get used to this higher mound. A little bit of a different angle coming down there. Yep. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and that is actually going to load the bases, folks. And catch not really understanding what it is. Hey, Camden, good luck, buddy.
We've done 4 now.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So my younger son headed off to his basketball game. He's in a basketball tournament this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's not too
Right in the
It's worth it.
Midwest, you know.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
number 11, Skipper, Camden Skipper at the plate. Bases loaded.
I don't know. I feel like it's a journey.
Force out anywhere. So last 5 pitches have been balls high. We're just needing Dixon to kind of make that small adjustment, force out anywhere. Corners are playing even with the bag. So that's 6 pitches in a row.
All the way through 7-9, all the way through.
Not hearing any chatter or activity coming from the dugout right now. Sometimes you'll hear the coaches kind of cheering them on or giving some small instruction.
So I don't even know.
Pass ball, runner's going. And a bad throw. 2 runs are going to score now, folks. And so 1 pass ball ends up becoming 2 runs as the catcher comes back and makes a bad throw to pitch. That's unfortunate. So, man, oh man. And now 3-0 count.
Let's go.
What's that? And he's been center.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job, Isaac.
So he battles back here. And Dixon, a competitor, he's not going to be giving up here, just having a little control issues early.
Are you guessing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so then it's like basically
And Dixon missing up high.
well, I don't think
So number of balls, not looking too confident right now. Squaring up, taking a breath. That is going to bring up Gage Teeter to the plate.
I don't know. We're going to find tryouts.
Saw him working from the mound earlier in the game, and he takes a hit by a pitch. That loads the bases. And so
Do you know if this club has tryouts?
I think that they will.
It's just hard. I don't know how to access. Can you get out, boys? If you go to their Here we go, Isaac.
nobody down, force out at any base.
Trust your team, 7-9, let's go.
Low pop up right side. That's an infield fly. And do I have? No, I do not have an infield fly. I was just looking here on my score overlay, but no infield fly there. But that is an automatic out for the batter. And for those of you folks who may not be as familiar with some of the baseball rules, anytime the bases are loaded and less than 2 outs, a pop-up in the infield is going to be an infield fly, makes the batter automatically out. Runners can advance, but they do so at their own risk.
I mean,
So Dixon coming up with a much-needed out right there. We continue to have that force out option at any base. Score now 9-4.
Seems like they made
And a line drive over to shortstop. He's able to collect that for out number 2.
good plays, like smart.
Prime doing a great job getting back to their bases on that contact.
But then there's, I guess they're not going to play in the fall. So it's like, well, what?
And that brings up Avery Jackson,
Always want to play football
number 20.
and the coach just says,
He started out the game out in center field for Prime.
they'd probably stick around, but
And nice looking curveball right there. Coming in 55 miles an hour.
hey, be a wall four, be a wall. This, yeah, you gotta. I wasn't thinking of that. Yeah, of course you didn't. Does Paxton have any friends on
Fly ball left side. Left fielder looks like he's well in control and comes up with out number 3.
Good job, Isaac.
So I tell you what, Dixon coming in a tough situation right there. We do end up giving up 3 runs in that in that inning, but MacNSeitz still well in control here, 9-4 as we move into the top of the 5th.
I thought it was out there. So kind of it's the south. Yeah.
Prime sticks with Lieberknecht out there on the mound, and you may have seen these guys over here
You have to really probably only.
convening on coach, going into the dugout and looking to get some bats swinging.
No, we're low, Jack. But
We
it's
will start off with
surprising.
Cooper McCown right at the top of the lineup, and then followed by number 5, Mason
We're
Gallagher.
contract schools. We're actually.
Short audio break right
We're in
now.
this weird place like where our
Pleasant
neighbors
Hill
have a
is
Lone Jack
weird.
address, but we're right there at probably the last little house in Pleasant Hill somehow.
Pleasant Hill goes way out there.
Yeah.
And south, right?
Yeah, it does, but we're north and east corner of Pleasant Hill, I guess. Because we're Jackson now. It's kind of weird that we're Pleasant Hill, but we're Jackson. All right, here we go, boys. That's a weird
Oh, wow. And so a quick warm-up by Jacob for Prime out there, and Prime's all set and ready to go.
Our property line
And I tell you what, just as fast as they were ready, Cooper McCown is in the box and ready to rock and roll.
How are you, girls?
First pitch coming in, 71 miles an hour. Well outside. Oh, nice stroke right there, left side. He gets underneath that one, and that's going to be out number 1.
Well, Carson's got an interview on Tuesday. Works at Denver.
Oh, okay.
Good job, Cooper.
So just a couple pitches in,
You got Mason?
and Prime finds themselves with 1 out. And a foul tip by Gellender. That one off the mask of the catcher. And a classy move by the umpire, walking out and getting a new ball over to pitch and giving the catcher just a moment to shake away those cobwebs in the head. So Gellender quickly down 0-2. And pass ball. That one coming in 75 miles an hour.
Oh, it's just a little cute house that turned into a coffee shop. And Lucy might try to work there. That's just right down the road.
That one missing low.
Wish she maybe leave it down there 5. It's hard.
So 2-2 count now. Gellender looking good, and good energy coming out of that MacNSeitz dugout. As we have seen all game long. Now 3-2 count.
Contact 5, here we go.
Gotta say, these boys have looked good today, coming up with some defensive plays when they needed them. And Gellender with a walk right there. That brings up number 2, Colston Colquitt. And man, has he come up big today.
We had a tournament down in Arkansas and we walked around the campus. It was so beautiful. Yeah, it's
Hard foul right side.
level swing 2, level swing.
Colston swinging a DeMarini there. A 2-piece composite. And it takes a strike call there for pitch number 2.
Yesterday, and a ball landed right.
Good lead at second, but not anything that looks like Gillen's going to be threatening. So 1 down here. I'd like to see maybe him try to get over to second. We've not seen any good throw out type of moves coming from Prime. And a strike 3 call. That now brings up number 27, Tucker Lee. Striking out on his last at bat. No, I apologize. He was hit by a pitch on his last at bat. First at bat, strike out. Chasing one up in the zone a little bit. So as you continue to work that pitch angle as a pitcher coming from those mounds, it also looks different from a hitter's perspective.
Yeah, so we were lucky.
So runner goes and throw not in time, off the mark. That puts Gellender on second, and Lee now with an RBI opportunity here.
Did you know the boys won? There were only 4 boys and 7 events.
Pass ball, Gellender goes,
I wouldn't be
and you're going to see him come up walking to third.
that just blows my mind. And the boys won state with 4 boys. And
Rolls over on that one, found right side. Now 2-1 count.
get a piece of it. Pretty cool. I don't know how the girls fare because they're upper class, so it's hard. Okay. And now the boys will be upper class next year.
Oh, fouls that one off the foot, man. And his foot is taking a beating today, folks. He's got his foot shield and he didn't wear it.
Qualified for 2 additional.
Oh my goodness, he's going to need just a moment here. That's the second time his foot's been hit today.
So sometimes the competition.
And he fouled that one. That may have come off. He's rubbing his knee is what he's rubbing.
Gone upper class again. So she could have added.
And he's stepping in. He's ready to go.
Yeah. Yep.
So again, for a rhythm pitcher like Lieberneck,
She says no.
that may throw him off a little. Back pick over third. Bad throw. And a run will score. So good job by Gellender making his way after a bad throw on a back pick. So Lee loses his RBI opportunity, but still want to keep things going for MacNSeitz here. 1-2 count. I'm sorry, two count.
But she's pretty. I think she thinks she wants to get that.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
And a close one there.
She's at high school, but she might focus on
Full count. Jacob with a smile, Tucker with a smile. These guys faced each other in practice many, many times. And a hard hit ball. That's a line drive right up the middle, folks. Nice piece of hitting and a good AB from Lee. And now Hudson Woods comes up. Obviously a big shot in his last at-bat. Opening this one up for MacNSeitz. Takes a first pitch strike. Now an 0-1 count.
It was last Sunday.
Hey, head on it, 22, so you can.
Oh,
So now good lead over there at first base. And swing and miss. That'll do it for MacNSeitz here in the top of the 5th. That takes us to bottom of the 5th. And MacNSeitz able to put another one on the board. Now 10-4 contest. So they're in good control right here, provided they can come up with the pitching and the defense behind them. Isaac Dixon walks back out and ready to continue working on the mound. Had a number of walks, I think just a couple of walks there early, coming into kind of a tight situation, but doing a good job getting us out of that inning with no further damage, and now he'll have a fresh start here.
Yep. I've practiced shipping it to a few friends, like in Tennessee and Georgia, just to make sure like which way to hit, like,
How about a little take me out to the ball game
That's
right now?
cool.
you know, and they're friends of mine, so
Yeah.
I'm like, please be honest, don't
Yeah.
no coddling here. I need to know is it shippable or not?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think I'm gonna start offering that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That was fun. We did, I don't know, we did one or two of them. It was fun.
yeah, it was.
I'm just starting to. I got to get this equipment out of the sun.
Where do you need
Here.
to go?
No, I'm just gonna put this stuff right here, and then I just had to get this iPad out of it. I'm getting that.
Well, I'll have to figure out how to find it. Or do you think
I'm just gonna
you can
encroach on these.
message-
I apologize. No, you guys are fine. I just need to move just a little bit further over.
Oh, you're not going to be in our
Usually I put a canopy up, but I was like, this one's here. Like, do I need it? Do I not?
Save the work.
And it's just like so much extra work.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't do it.
You're fine if you need to.
How about these boys? Man, love it.
Exciting. Well, if you think about it, on Facebook Messenger or something, and then I'll.
All right, all
I
set to
think
go
I might
here.
do that this summer one time if I can with the kids. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And a first
Nice,
pitch
Isaac.
strike. Dixon dialing that one in.
Yeah.
Low pitch velocity, 61 miles an hour on that last pitch.
Yeah, and Etsy, I bet it might keep you pretty busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Nice try.
So amazing to see the development of these guys, all at their own speed, their own time, and whatnot. But I mean, you got guys like Hudson Woods pitching, mid 70s and up.
You got 3 seconds.
Tucker Lee maybe kind of like low to mid 70s,
One more
and
just like that.
You have a
Crowther right there in the mid 60s here, and Dixon kind of low 60s, and having success even at these different velocity spectrums. Beautiful curveball, and that's a strikeout number 1 for Dixon. So boys throwing that one around the horn,
Of course, ER is kind of like a sideboard.
and one batter, one out.
And it's
Now number 5,
Get all kinds of things. And I think he talks about
Jacob White. This is the bottom of the lineup for Prime.
Yeah, most not as much.
And a strike call. Nice little pitch right there. 55 miles an hour. Talked about it before. Jacob White a little smaller on the stature side.
So probably
Big swing and miss.
Most
Now no
and when
2
we'll
count.
come home really drained sometimes. And I'll ask him how was his day. He's like, oh, it was a lot of sight. So,
that's kind of what I found.
hey, just
And missing high. That one didn't quite break early enough.
It's not as funky right here as I'd like it to be. It's kind of a lot of gray.
yeah, for sure. Anything with the brain.
Swing and a miss. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. And Dixon's got to be feeling good. That's going to bring us around to the top of the lineup.
7-9 pitch right through it.
Be interested to see if Ian Jackson does the same as he's done in his last 2 ABs. That's where he squares around showing bunt.
Fellowship, or was it more like?
That's helped him get out early, and he does so.
Yes.
And Dixon throws like an Ephus style pitch. I don't know how fast that went. I missed the speed velocity. I'm sure you saw it on your screen there, but just kind of lobbing that one in for a bunt or a strike.
So do you do that?
And once again, Jackson having great luck squaring around with that bunt. No intention to bunt here, guys. And so just need to throw a strike.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and that's hard too because the life of those Mets to
3
cards that are
3-0.
consistent.
Right now, you can kind of tell Dixon is trying to guide it in there.
Hey, confidence,
He
Isaac.
knows that
Ride out beside
Jackson's
that.
not swinging, not trying to actually bunt, and so instead of just throwing the ball, he's guiding it in there.
And then you're trying, and you
Better
want
job
us,
there.
Sometimes you don't know until.
And he hustles down to first. One of the more frustrating things as a pitcher.
Yeah.
But 2 down, that's going to bring up number 26, Wes Bradley.
Yeah, exactly. Every once in a while, just anxiety.
How are you?
I know what that's like.
He immediately swings and down in the count now. A foul ball.
Never a dull day.
Right.
job.
Little pop-up over towards second base. And that, folks, is out number 3.
I have to pray.
That takes us to top of the 6th. We're not quite yet, I think, on game time yet. And Prime hustles out on field. So I imagine they'll have another quick warm-up here. Paxton Crowther will lead off for us, followed by Isaac Dixon.
Well, it's really good talking to you guys. Oh, Texas. Yeah. Hopefully it gets a good hit. Maybe we'll see you more.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I just saw her shirt. Is how I did not recognize Paxton yesterday.
This is really tough on the 7th.
All right. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thanks. Tell John.
It's pretty nice in the shade.
Bye. Good to see you.
It's really tough on the 7th.
Now it's the 6th.
Well, we're away then. I mean, we're visiting.
Couldn't ask for a better
They put this
weather.
Weekend.
for
Yeah,
this
you made it. You
weekend.
picked a good one to
I
come
mean,
down.
Really, I drive in the rain, which I hate, but it didn't rain so bad that it was
Here we go,
scary
Pax.
to me, so that was all good. And then as soon as I get here,
Good eye. Have some
Cleared
fun,
out.
2-1.
Beautiful. Tucker had a nice stroke on his last at bat.
Get a rest before
Good to see him continuing to hit well.
we nice,
just
nice.
feel his confidence.
Drive it 2-1.
Oh my goodness, folks! I lost track of time there, and PPA Prime doing such a good job moving things along. I'm a little late back to the broadcast, but I got to wet that whistle, and as I continue to talk all game long. Now 2-1 count to Crowther. Puts the bat on the ball there, fouls it out of play.
Hey, keep battling, Pax.
Yeah. Hey, one pitch down, I'm like grabbing my headset, like, oh my goodness.
Nice. All right.
All right, this one right up towards first baseman, and Crowther
Way to hustle, Paxton.
almost legging that one out. So really good hustle down the line. Kind of hit that first base with the front of his toe though.
Here we go,
Good hustle,
Isaac.
Paxton.
Try, bud.
Way to hustle, Paxton.
Now that'll bring up number 79, Isaac Dixon. Pitching last inning, and last 1 2/3 inning. Fouls this one back.
Here we go,
So seeing the ball well, getting the bat to the ball. Dixon swinging a Marucci Cat 7 there. Ball outside. Oh, nice little rip. This one will get down for a single. And MacNSeitz continuing with some offensive production. Now, that's one of the things that I've been told that they've struggled with a little bit so far this year. And no, I tell you what, this tournament they've been swinging away and coming up with some runs. There's good energy coming out of the dugout. That brings up number 27, Parker Simons. And family, please, if you guys are tuning in or you guys are watching back some highlights and things like that, I'm pronouncing names wrong or anything like that, please let me know. We'll get that squared away.
Okay, you got this.
I called about half of it. No, I called the entire fall season for the MacNSeitz Blue team, and calling their catcher Paul McLeany, calling him McClenny. And finally, his mother, so sweet, sitting there one game, she's like, it's actually McClenny. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been calling it wrong all fall. So do the best I can with a one-man band. My wife here jumping in oftentimes and helping out. So winner of this game will play at 4 o'clock. Once again here at Memorial Field at the Capital Federal Sports Complex of Liberty. Located just here in Liberty, Missouri. Ball in play, a little chopper over to third. This could be trouble. A nice glove, but he legs that one out. And PPA Prime not exactly paying close attention to Crowther, who's able to make his way over to third. So MacNSeitz continuing to be on their toes when it comes to the base running. This is number 4, Alex Kilman at the plate. Foul tip on that one. Runner was headed to second base. He'll have to return. And Lieberneck missing outside there. Now 1-1 count.
Look at you. I know. That's the first thing I said.
Runner goes. And another foul ball. Simons over there is going to be wearing himself out on the steal a couple of times there and having to return both times after a foul ball. So with 2 down, you don't have to risk being doubled off. So you can kind of swing a little bit more freely and be able to steal. And Lieberneck messing up high. Try to back pick over there at third. Good to see Ketch do that. I know he had a little bit of a throwing error in his last half inning, but going back with a nice throw right there, although MacNSeitz getting back easily. And runners now on second and third. So full count to Kilman. And looking to keep things going here for MacNSeitz with an RBI opportunity. Fouls that one out of play. And a great quality AB by Kilman right here. Six pitches in. And another foul tip. He continues to battle, folks, and earns himself another opportunity as Tucker Lee is a goofball. And he's running quickly over to get some foul balls. Kind of saves those catchers and the umpires a little wear and tear when the teams are able to scoop those up. Oh, nice little hit right here. That's going to get down. All right. And an RBI single for Kilman. Throw comes to the plate, and Kilman makes good use of it. Makes his way over to second base. So now 11-4 in favor of MacNSeitz. And now batting for Bryson Spear is Henry Block. So Henry doing a good job up on the mound for us yesterday. Combining with Gellender for a win in pool play. That helped us earn that number 5 seed coming into bracket play today. Big kid. I think he's got a little bit of power if he can get that bat on the ball. He called for timeout, stepped out of the box, and I don't think Jacob Lieberneck saw that, still threw a pitch. So now 1-2 count. 2 runners on, second and third. And a strike 3 call. Now I have that down as out number 3, so I don't know what I've got going on here. Where did I mess up along the way? So that's just 2 down. And a check swing by Seabass. Not able to hold it back, and that'll be an 0-1 count. Ball in play. This one over to shortstop. Backhands. Throw over to first. And the first baseman does not come up with the dig. And he comes up with an RBI.
Way to hit the ball, Seabass.
So MacNSeitz now up 8 here, top of the 6th.
He like came out and was like back to normal.
Oh my gosh, I'm a whole run behind too. I don't know if that's right, 13-4. Well, I haven't been wrong yet. And now I am. That would put us up 9. That's Cooper McCallan at the plate, folks. He fouls that one back. And now working on a 1-1 count. Oh, swing and a miss. He got out there early and weighed out on the front foot. Hard to get a good swing in when your time is off a little bit. Everybody continues to battle here. Fouls that one back.
Right at the same time.
Oh, and a nice stroke there. Line drive center field. Oh, and that's where I made my mistake. So I still had a runner on third base, but what a great piece of hitting right there. So 2 runs came across in that last hit. So that's where I came off. So the score is indeed 13-4, folks. Runners on second and first. Now number 5, Mason Gellender at the plate. He puts this one in. It gets through the infield. And another single for MacNSeitz. They continue to roll. That'll load the bases for Colston Colquitt. And you can definitely tell the energy from Prime is definitely a little bit deflated right now. Continuing to compete, though. Every team's been there, not just them. We've certainly been there ourselves. And there's still some baseball here yet to play. Low pass ball. And a runner scores. That will put us up 10. But Prime is the home team, and so they will have another opportunity to bat. That home advantage is such an advantage. As Colquitt fouls this one off right side. I'm going to change up the image settings here. Try and lighten that up for you folks. There we go. Looks a little better. Big swing and a miss right there. That'll make it a 2-2 count. So Colston Colquitt showing some patience here. Taking hacks when it's in the zone. Earns himself a full count. And continues to battle. Nice at bat right here. And that's one of the statistics. I think Game Changer does not track as well, and that is the quality at bat QAB. And he draws a walk right there. That'll load the bases for number 27, Tucker Lee. Tucker with a nice line drive single, his last AB. And he pops this one up. This one could be trouble between short and center, but they do haul it in, and that will do it for us here and top of the 6th. Well, I'll tell you what, MacNSeitz in good control here. Score now 14-4. PPA Prime jogging off the field. Feeling maybe a little bit dejected, but I tell you what, they are a great hitting team, and you cannot take them for advantage. We still have to close this one out. So MacNSeitz 3 outs away from their first bracket play win this season.
It all depends.
And boys got to be feeling pretty good. Still some quality pitchers left in reserve. And if we are able to get past this one, playing at 4 o'clock,
That's what they do. It's like a third.
tell you what, I took my headset off on this last half inning and talking with some of the parents, man. I think everybody is pretty doggone excited at the performance, and great to see ball get out of the yard, some great base running, aggressive base running at times, and MacNSeitz showing that they can compete. And looking for a dub here as Dixon will look to close things out. Leading off for PPA Prime is number 28 Wyatt Defybaugh. Had a good game at the plate so far. Coming up with RBIs and a couple of his at-bats. And looked like he was on the take right there. Had no intention of swinging. So Dixon getting that ball in for a strike now, 1-1 count. Little one right off the end of the bat. That gets through the infield. And that will be a leadoff single for Defybaugh. And that brings up Jacob, man, I cannot say both names together, but Jacob Lieberknecht. That's a mouthful. Good young man. He's a good teammate. Just a really friendly guy. Talk to just about anybody. Sure not happy with his pitching performance here, but I'm telling you what, this kid can rake. He can absolutely hit. Let's see what Dixon can do with him here. Now 1-1 count. Nobody down. Bottom of the 6th. Fly ball, center field, and it comes up with the out. So that one, not exactly a can of corn. Had to cover quite a little bit of ground. It's going to be between right field and the left fielder, maybe possibly the second baseman, but he wasn't tracking it. Just a little bit deep for him, but center fielder making a great haul in there. That brings up number 11, Camden Skipper.
Oh, really?
Oh, a double play opportunity, but ends up just as a fielder's choice. It'll be out number 2. Oh man, I did switch the camera for you guys. I apologize. All pass ball. That is Alex Kellman working behind the dish here the past couple of innings.
No, his were all turned.
And a high towering pop-up. Second baseman hauls that in. Folks, that's out number 3. I don't know where we're at on game time, but it's got to be close. Yep, that will do it for us, folks. MacNSeitz with their first bracket play win. Telling you what, winning 2 of the last 3 games and looking great here defensively, coming up with some fantastic offensive production. What a fantastic game, 14-4. Hats off to Prime. We know they're competitors, did not play their best baseball. I know that there is a good chance we could see them here later this season. But what an exciting game for MacNSeitz. And I tell you what, I really appreciate you guys joining us. If you've tuned in or you're watching it back later, do me a favor, give us a like, leave a comment. We'll get back to you guys on those comments. Make sure you leave one for your favorite player. And wish everybody good luck. We are going to join you again here at 4 o'clock, Capital Federal Sports Complex at Memorial Field.